Hey guys and girls, Mark here with the Savage Gentleman. I am glad you are here with me today. Today we are going to be talking about one of life's biggest obstacles, fear. Some of us let it control our lives. Some of us handle it better than others. But what I'm here to talk about today is you don't have to let it control you. I'm going to tell you a couple things, a couple pointers, how you can face your fears today and not let it control your life. What we need to do is learn how to use fear to our benefit and not let it withhold us from the opportunities that life has to offer. Fear can be a tool. It can aid you when you need it. It can save your life in a flight or fight situation. If you choose to fight, something happens. Adrenaline will come in and it gives you abnormal abilities. They're above your standard abilities, whether you may run faster, work harder, or be stronger than you typically would, controlled by your mind, okay? That is where fear can be a tool. Now, the big problem most of the time, guys, is fear is usually a negative thing. Not always, but most of the time, people let fear be a negative thing. In a non-survival situation, people let it control their lives. Let's say you are about to give a speech in front of a lot of people. You're afraid. Stage fright. It's understandable. Your life is not in any danger whatsoever, but yet most people are overcome by this fear. You have to find a way to overcome these fears to achieve what you want. Let's say you want to start a business, right? But you're afraid that people are going to be like, no, he's not worth it. He doesn't deserve it, whatever. So you just don't do it. That's an example of letting fear control your life. Now, let's say you decide to ignore these fears of what people are saying, of people telling you you can't do something. Your life could drastically change. It could take you well beyond whatever you think you're capable of. Nobody in the end of their life thinks, man, I'm glad I listened to what I thought those people thought of me. I'm glad I let my fear take over my life. No. Most of the time, if you face fear head on, people, when they reflect, they're like, man, I'm glad I took that chance. I'm glad I risked it all. Started my own business. It's a very scary thing, guys, but you face it. They think, man, you know what? It was scary to go talk to that girl, but I did it. And now she's my wife. Those are moments where if you let fear control your life, you are going to miss out on opportunities, people. And I'm not just saying it. I live my life by this concept. And if you don't let fear control your life, it's limitless. Just trust me on this. You can do just about anything as long as you work hard, don't let fear get in the way, and don't give up. So how do you face this fear, right? Okay, here's the thing. Let's say you're about to talk to a crowd, okay? And there is a bunch of people, you have stage fright. If you talk to somebody who's been doing this a while, they would say, no, I'm excited. I'm not afraid, I'm excited to go out there. But what are their reactions typically? So when you have a reaction, usually hands get sweaty, nervous stomach, heartbeat rapid. What happens when you're afraid? Hands get wet, maybe a little shaky, stomach queasy, rapid heartbeat. So if you start convincing yourself that fear is actually excitement, that's one way of tackling it. I'm excited to go talk to these people. I'm excited to take this next step. I'm excited to go on this adventure. I'm excited to talk to that girl. I'm excited to start my business. If you start reprogramming the way your mind thinks compared to the way the world tells you that you must think, your life is going to change. If you just tell yourself, I'm excited, instead of I'm afraid, life is going to take on a whole new meaning. On non-threatening situations where danger isn't involved or it's minimal, fear is a choice. It really is. Fear exists only in your head, okay? If you have a fear of heights, okay? I see this all the time. Sometimes when I get near an edge, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little, nervous, because if you slip, obviously it can be very bad. But I see it control people's lives. Elevators, really high buildings, roller coasters, whatever it may be. When it comes to these things, your life is not obviously in danger. And you know this. Logical people I know I'm not, but I'm still afraid. And that's them choosing to let fear control them. Okay? Even though they're afraid, they're hanging on to stuff, they're crawling, and to another person, may not faze them at all, because it's all in your head, it's in your mind, which means you have the opportunity to control this. You have the opportunity to rewrite that or change it. And I know it sucks. It's hard. So how do I rewrite it? Okay? The biggest way is when you start having these fears, you face them head on. You don't give them a foothold in your life. You don't let them control your life. You step towards them. If I'm afraid of heights, get me on a tall building. If I'm afraid of being in tight spaces, which is quite frankly one of my fears, but I face it, you want to get in tight spaces more often. Because if you let it become too far and few between, then you build it up in your head, it becomes a bigger thing, and it grows inside of you. And that's where it's a problem. When you start doing it with repetition over and over, your mind starts thinking, hey, this isn't a problem. We got this. I'm not in danger here. And you become comfortable with it, excited. And with that, you just conquered a fear. What is another way you can overcome your fear? Let's say you're faced with an opportunity and you're standing there just thinking about it. You're right on the edge. You are just like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? I'm scared. Well, as stupid as it sounds, count to 3 and just go for it. Don't think. When you start overthinking things, that becomes a problem. So when I go on a challenge that I might not be excited about, I might be afraid, whatever the challenge may be, sometimes fear wants to set in, and you know what? I ignore it. I count to 3, and I know on 3, I'm going for it. Don't think twice, count to 3, and just do it, whatever it may be. And I'm telling you guys, life's too short to sit there and waste it being afraid of, taking chances, talking to people, doing something exciting, having an adventure. Life's too short. Don't waste it. Don't let fear control your lives, guys. I'm not going to let any more opportunities pass me by. At one point in my life, fear controlled me. It really did. And I got tired of it. And I started, listening to the people that were dealing with these fears. And I'm like, hey, why am I letting it control my life? Why am I letting it hold me back? So I started practicing these things I'm telling you guys today, and things started changing for me, guys. Life took on a whole new meaning. I wasn't stuck working that 9 to 5. I wasn't stuck like, man, I wish I didn't let that opportunity pass me by. No, it's like, yes, I took advantage of that opportunity. Yeah, it was scary, but it made me excited. And now I'm taking on fears that I never thought I would. Fears that really would have held me back. I'm facing them head on, guys, taking them on. Life's beautiful, guys. Don't waste a minute of it. If you have breath in your lungs, you still have opportunity. I'm thankful that I decided to make a change in my life. At one point or another, you're going to ask yourself, when am I going to make a change in mine? When's going to be my day? And it can start today. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm here because my life was changed because of these things people have told me, things that I've seen people say, talk about, and I'm a completely different person than the person I used to be. And I'm proud of that. I want to be here talking to you guys if I wasn't. Don't waste a minute. Find your fears, take them on, because behind every fear is the person you want to be. And that's a beautiful thing. Anyways, this is Mark, Savage Gentleman. It's good having you guys today. I know this is a little different than what we normally talk about because Savage Gentleman, the channel is developing and we got a lot of things in store for you guys. We got a lot of things. Good things every week. Every week, more to come. Life-changing stuff, guys.